I am a breastfeeding consultant certified by the Ministry of Health. I'm passionate about it is because of what I went through as a young mom. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because it's something I went through. I understand. Most other consultancies will think more of the medic issue. So you go to a mom goes to a consultancy and they're like, I don't have breast milk. Okay, so this is what you need to do. This is the food you need to eat. This is what you know. I go to the root of the problem. So your baby is cluster feeding and you're there thinking, oh, I don't have enough milk. But that's not the case.
Now, we've talked about you being a young mother, and I understand that you are passionate about breastfeeding. So tell us about your breastfeeding support and advocacy.
So I have breastfeeding a company, or more or less social business, where I support moms to breastfeed. I am a breastfeeding consultant certified by the Ministry of Health. When I tell people supporting moms to breastfeed, they think they can't wrap their mind around it. So breastfeeding has very many challenges. That we have kids who can't latch, we have kids who are born with medical issues, we have mom who lose their milk supply. So that's how I support them. Breastfeeding is not easy. You just don't put a baby on a breast and you expect them to breastfeed. Yeah.
Tell us about your Instagram page.
My Instagram page?
Yes, the Breastfeeding Hub.
Oh, the breastfeeding one. Oh, the breastfeeding hub. Yeah, so that's where I put out a lot of content, educative. That's where you will get everything. If you have an issue with milk supply, that's where to get all the information. So it's just somewhere where I have this advocacy on breastfeeding. And the reason why I'm passionate about it is because of what I went through as a young mom, where I wasn't able to. Yes, I was able to exclusively breastfeed. It's really important for moms to breastfeed for 6 months exclusively. But I was having challenges. As I mentioned, I had postpartum depression. I had and I had issues with my spouse. So all that added to the breastfeeding, and one of the main reasons why I had issues, I got postpartum depression, was because of the breastfeeding. I felt like I did not have milk, and when you feel like you don't have milk, that's my approach is based on how you are mentally. Are you mentally okay? Because if you're not mentally okay, it's going to affect your breast milk, and it's a cycle. So you have a mom who has a baby they're breastfeeding, and then they start thinking that their baby is not having enough milk because their child is gonna be fussy, and when they're fussy, they cluster feed. So your baby is cluster feeding, and you're there thinking, oh, I don't have enough milk, but that's not the case. So when you register that, you become stressed about it, and if you become stressed about it, you won't release the essential hormones to help with the breast produce the breast milk. So you register that, and then the breast milk cuts, and then once the supply dips down, now you start thinking again, oh no, for real, I don't have milk. And now it's a cycle where you're constantly thinking you don't have milk, and it's very mental. So I try to push women on that despite anything, they have to be mentally okay in order to be able to breastfeed. So it's more or less trying to deal with postpartum depression, being an advocate for that, so that I can support them in their breastfeeding journeys, because the kids need to breastfeed.
Now, as a teaser, very briefly, walk us through the hub's support mechanism. What classes do you offer? How long do they take?
Okay, so
what are the benefits that your consultancy agency has that you would say most others do not?
I understand. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because it's something I went through. I understand. Most other consultancies will think more of the medic issue. So you go to a mom goes to a consultancy and they're like, I don't have breast milk. Okay, so this is what you need to do. This is the food you need to eat. this is what you know. I go to the root of the problem. We will deal with it. So I work with you personally. My approach is more on being a guide, and also from a psychological aspect, and just I'm like a therapist where I'll ask you questions and I just understand. So instead of dealing on the main issue, the issue being you don't have milk supply, I want to understand what the issue is. I have a client who came and told me that she went to some other consultant, one who's really known, and she didn't feel that support because she told me if I had known you earlier, we would have a lot to work with right now, because we were starting from zero. She completely lost her milk supply. So I told her not to worry, but at least from that feedback I got that I'm doing something right. I'm doing something that will create a mark. This is not somewhere where you come with like a doctor's appointment, where you come for an appointment and then I prescribe you something and you're gone. No, here at the Breastfeeding Hub, I work with you for a whole week. So I have a masterclass which happens monthly, where I just give you it's for new moms who can't afford the bigger package. It's for moms who are in their prenatal, and for moms who just want to just have an understanding or have 1, 2, 3 issues. And then I have the week 1 week consultation. I don't do 1 day consultations. That's why I have the masterclass where we have everyone. The reason why I have 1 week is because you can't call me right now, tell me that you don't have breast milk, I tell you what to do and I leave you. No, I always make sure that my clients leave with something. Before you leave, there has to be progress. Again, it's very mental. If the reason why you probably don't have breast milk, it's because you're going through something. You need someone to talk to. So I'll call you every day just to find out, are you okay? What progress is there right now? Because I've had a situation where a mom called me. I was consulting, so we had that 1 week plan, and I used to call her every day. So the first time we had the consultation, second day, that day, she told me I called her and she was like, I gave up. I can't do this anymore. I've given my child none and my baby is puking. And I went to the hospital. I haven't slept. I'm tired. I'm done with this breastfeeding thing. If I had left that woman from day one, just had 1 consultation, she wouldn't have breastfed her baby for 6 months or have continued that breastfeeding. She would have stopped. But the fact that I was there to guide her and support her regardless of that, and just following up, at least she was able to get to her journey. Because after I told her what to do and I was there with her, I don't judge. It's just they're very supportive, at least in ear. Later on, she calls me and she told me that she is really grateful that I never gave up on her. She's really grateful that I was there for her because she was able to go back to breastfeeding. So I would say that's what I have that most consultancies don't have. People can relate. So yes, we have the masterclass, the 1 week, and we have the 1 month period. So for the 1 month is for moms who have a bigger issue, because I feel like there are moms out there who that 1 week is usually not enough. They always want to come back. So we usually have that masterclass, the 1 week, and the 4 weeks one, which is basically a month, where I call you every week to find out. And the thing about me is that I'm always on call. In case of anything, call me. I will respond. I've gone for consultations where that last even 2 hours. So usually my consultation ideally would last 30 minutes. But because of what these women are going through and trying to understand the root of the problem, it becomes a therapy session. And I love it to death. I enjoy it.
Someone would say the Lord's work, more of a friend than a consultant. We understand that you are a Jack of all trades. So tell us about your music industry expertise and what is your most memorable moment from the interviews you've had.
Oh yeah, I love music. Who doesn't love music? My favorite song right now is Legend. It's an intro by Bien in his album Alusa. It's really short. I was like, Bien, you need what? Why would you make this song an intro? Like it doesn't make sense. It's really hot. I will use it for my podcast. It is a nice song. Yeah, so I love music and I've had the opportunity of interviewing artists. Growing up, I wanted to be a host, a radio host. Everyone was like, oh, you know, I have a voice, you have a good voice, you can be a host. And then, but yeah, I love the opportunity that I've gotten to interview artists. I've interviewed some of the biggest names in Africa and I feel so good.
As you should.
I love talking about music because music heals the soul. It cures the soul. It does. When you're happy, when you're sad, listen to music. There's this song I listen to when I'm down. Bobby McFrain, Don't Worry, Be Happy. We all know it. It's such a beautiful song. Get it when it's playing and you listen to it before even you start singing. You're just there, all smiles. Yeah. So I love music and so with that love, and then I got into now interviewing artists. I love interviewing artists. I've interviewed Camido, who was my recent, and the way that interview went was really weird, but really interesting. Might I add that I was the first person who interviewed Camido on his nomination for the BET Awards. And it just came in before the interview, and now I had to gear up and just switch the conversation to the BET Award because it was really huge for him. And it's because of his song Sugar King. So Camido was my biggest. I've interviewed Lydia Jasmine. I've interviewed Black Sherif, Mandy Kabaya. I would love to interview Joe Boy. I had a call with Mr. Easy some other day, and I was like, you know what, Mr. Easy, we want to interview you, and I want to interview Joe Boy. I really need to. So the other day, I was in a project where I was interviewing the music starters in Kenya just to understand their music journey and to understand what music business is for them. So I interviewed Thiru, he works for MTV, Elani, Atemi, the CEO of Mdundo, and other key players. It was really amazing. So I do love this journey. I'm hoping to probably interview Rihanna one day and Mark Lamar from abroad. Someone asked me some other day, who would you love to interview? He's the one I'd love to interview him, and especially Joe Boy. I'm such a huge fan of Joe Boy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's been a wonderful experience.
That's amazing. We've talked about you as a Jack of all trades, doing everything. So how do you balance your various roles and responsibilities? How do you juggle from having the breastfeeding hub to having the podcast to your interviews? How does that blend in with you being a mother?
Time, we have to create time. So on Sundays, if you look for me on Sundays, please don't give me any events on Sundays. Sundays is my day with my daughter. She knows Sunday is mommy daughter day. We wake up, we go buy ice cream, we go to the market. She knows on Sundays we make yummy food. So brunch, we have brunch in the house. So I create that time. She has a specific day that's designated for her. I also have the opportunity of working from home, which has been a very huge plus for me. So anytime when she comes back home from school, I can have like 2 hours or 1 hour with her. I help her with homework. I help her we watch cartoon, and even at work they know this time is her time. No meetings, no nothing. So it's just been, it has been a struggle. There is a day she came and told me that, Mommy, you know what, you're not spending enough time with me. And she told on me to her granddad. And I was like, okay, Sawa, I need to do something about it. And so I started creating those little tiny moments with her. In the morning, I'm the one who preps her for school, so that we can have banter and just talk and just bond. I wouldn't want any. So it's just like stealing those little moments. It's been tough, really, balancing everything that I do. I'm also in school, so hey, it's a lot. But I'm able, thank God for my job, because I work from home. If I wasn't working from home, I don't know what I would do. I would only have like only one day with her, of which she will be so upset.
That's amazing to hear. Thank you very much for your time today. The interview was amazing. That is Muriuki Kiai, an amazing mother, a sex coach, a certified breastfeeding consultant, and a professional as a marketing consultant. Thank you.
Thank you too for having me.